So spring is already here, so it is time to sow your summer vegetables. So I have these yard-long beans seeds that I have soaked overnight because it helps in germination. And here I have a divided planter which has good drainage at the bottom, and it has about 4 parts coco peat, 1 part compost, and 1 part perlite. Coco peat to keep the soil moist, compost for nutrition, and perlite for good drainage. Because seeds require moist soil, so that's why I put a lot of coco peat in it. So if you forget to water it, it will still stay moist for a long time. So I'm just, because these seeds are pretty big, so I'm just going to take a seed and just bury it about an inch deep. Yard-long beans are more popular in the Southern Asian cuisine. They can grow from anywhere from 1 foot to 2 feet long. The plants pretty much look like, string beans plant. And just like any other vegetable, they require a lot of sun and a lot of water and rich soil. So now I'm just going to cover it up. And I'm going to water it thoroughly. And then, because outside temperature is still very low at night, so I'm going to keep this planter inside so that it stays warm. And as they start to grow, I'll keep you posted. So I keep my planters wrapped up in a plastic bag like this, and I put it on the windowsill where it gets about 2-3 hours of sunlight. So what happens is that the moisture of the soil gets evaporated and then it condenses back into the soil. As you can see on the plastic bag, there are water droplets because of the condensation. So basically this process helps in keeping the moisture and the warmth inside, and that helps in the germination. It's been exactly 1 week and our seeds have started to germinate. So I had covered this container with a clear plastic bag, and now that they have started to germinate, I have removed the bag. It's been about 10 days and I think almost all the seeds have germinated. So many seeds have germinated and their plants are, or seedlings are, really happy. So in the daytime I bring them outside so that they get some sun. So I have kept them in partial sun, because direct sun for continuously may not be that great for them because they are still delicate. And at the night time I take them inside because it's still very cold outside at night. So it's been 4 weeks, and now you can see that in the seedlings the true leaves are developing. The first 2 leaves are the seed leaves and these are the true leaves. So they are developing, so they are ready to be transplanted. So before transplantation, you should take care of 3 things. One is that you should acclimatize the plants, meaning, wherever you want to plant them, leave them there for a few days so that they don't get a shock when they get transplanted. Second is that you always transplant it in the evening, because then they, for at least for 12 hours, they don't face the sun and adjust quickly. And the third is that they should develop the true leaves, which these beans have done it. So now I have this planter in which there is a lot of organic soil, and because vegetables, they need lot of nutrients, so this one has lot of organic soil. So I'm going to, and it has good drainage at the bottom. So I'm just making sure that it's not too solid or anything. And it has some leaves, which is fine. Now there are some plants here, I think these are spinach plants, so I'm going to just leave them here. But other than that, I'm going to plant the beans. So I'm going to just push one pod. So here, look at the roots. You can tell that this is really healthy. So I'm going to just make a big hole here. And just press it around it. And there are two seedlings here, and I'm not going to separate them out, because then the chances are that I'll disturb the roots and they may not survive, so I don't want to do that. So now all the plants are planted. I'm going to water it a little bit, and as they start to grow, I'll keep you posted. So it's been 2 weeks that we transplanted these yard-long bean plants, and they are growing happily here. I don't see any issue. Now this one, it seems like a slug or something is eating this up, and so there were two plants here. One isn't growing that well, and the other one is being eaten by slugs. So I don't want to remove any of these. Now here there are two plants, so I'll just snip off one, because they'll compete for the same resources. And so just at the bottom I have cut it, so that's fine. And similarly here, there are two plants, and so I'll just snip off one. So now I have thinned them down, and so the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to do mulching. So I have these dry leaves. That's what I normally use for mulching. So I save the dry leaves from the trees and use them for mulching. So there are 3 reasons, or actually 4 reasons of mulching. One is that when you cover the soil with mulch, the water doesn't evaporate from the soil. So in summers, you don't have to water that often. Second, because the soil is not, is protected, it has a layer of mulch on top of it. It doesn't get very hot in summers, and it doesn't get very cold in winter. So the temperature of the soil kind of stabilizes. So that is good for the plants. Third is that the weeds will not grow. Like here you can see all these weeds growing. They'll not grow because they'll not get the sunlight. And fourth is that because these are just dry leaves, after some time they will break down, and they'll create good organic matter for the soil. So it is good for the soil in any case. So that's why I like to use the leaves as mulching. I'm just leaving this part because I'm not sure what it is. They are growing in a bunch, because I had planted some seeds here, and maybe that's what it is growing here. So I don't want to cover that up. But other than that, now this is all set. It gets about 3-4 hours of sun, and I have the sprinkler system, so the water is there every day. It gets watered, so the soil is moist all the time. And now I've done mulching also, and it has a lot of compost, so I don't need to add any extra fertilizer. But when it becomes big, and it is starting, if it starts to get blossoms, maybe I'll put some more fertilizer so that better beans grow. And as it starts to grow, I'll keep you posted in a separate video, because now we have to wait probably for 2-3 months. And so watch out for that second video. And in the meantime, if you have any yard long beans seeds, put them in the soil and watch them grow. It's really fun, especially for kids. Bean plants, they grow pretty quickly, so it's fun to watch them. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.